If you wonder just what kind of difference people can make on the environment, consider what Operation Clean Stream volunteers have been doing for the past 47 years. These scenes, this story, was from a 2009 cleanup on the Meramec River. This looks like a lot of trash. Unfortunately, it's not. It's just a little bit of the stuff that was pulled out of a short stretch of the Meramec River. This isn't a story, though, about how all that stuff got in the river. It's a story about how it got out.
Well, we cover 500 miles of stream on this weekend. We have 75 trip leaders. We divide the river up into sections, and each trip leader takes a 5 to 10 mile section of the river. We give them everything they need to be effective: gloves, shirts, bags, first aid kits, and all that.
You get gloves.
Today, some will be walking along the riverbanks and in the parks and filling their sacks with trash. Others, they bring their boats.
We're gonna head on down the river and see how much trash we can find and how much we can get together.
This is an event, though, that does a lot more than beautify. It raises awareness of a river that has long played an important role in local communities and lives. Before, we were driving all over the place in cars on interstate highways or staying in our air-conditioned homes. The Meramec River provided St. Louisans with their day in the country. This was our Lake District. People were boating and swimming, canoeing, fishing, picnicking. They were also building weekend homes and the less elaborate clubhouses on stilts for when the river rose. But then things began to change. The country became the suburbs. There were more people, there was more trash, more old tires. And then when people began to find other things to do, other places to go, they left behind a lot.
When this project started, the Meramec was a huge mess. It was bank-to-bank clubhouses, refrigerators, washers, dryers, hot water heaters, automobiles. We've literally removed 2,000 to 3,000 houses from along the river. That occurred mostly back in the late 60s, 70s, and early 80s.
And look at what they were unloading downriver at George Winter Park, one of the big collection points for trash picked up on this stretch of the Meramec. Typical load that comes out of here?
Absolutely, typical load.
How many of these, I don't know if you're counting, but is this a steady flow?
Steady flow, we'll have probably a couple hundred loads today coming through here. Yeah.
It's a lot, but it's also a lot less than they found when they started Operation Clean Stream in 1967.
In those early days, you couldn't go 100 feet without having your boat full of trash and debris. The situation today is amazingly a renaissance of change in terms of the way that people view the Meramec Basin and the Meramec watershed and its tributaries. You actually have to look for trash today.